Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Gonna take a trip to Laredo. Gonna take a dip in the lake. Oh, I'm at a crossroads with myself. I don't got no one else. And possibilities at the door. I won't be needing him no more. Oh, is this the first time in your life? It's hard just to get by. Oh, my love, don't you even know? Oh, my love, are you really gone? Can you see the world through a window? Are you having troubles in droves? Oh, it ain't the worst thing that I could do. Just get back home to you. I put a bullet in my Kia Lorenzo. Kitchen knife up to my face. Throw me in the deep of Jammer Lake. Believe me when I say, oh, my love, you don't even call. Oh, my love, snatch you on the phone. Oh, my love, you don't even know. Oh, my love, are you really gone?
You wanna get your, get your.
The little intro. There's like a little guitar intro for this one, and then. Ready? Cool. Started building up a fortune, stashed away in a hidden place. You can hide if you want to. You can hide, but then one day everything's gonna be undone. Everything's gonna be undone. Everything's gonna be undone. Oh, oh, oh. that everything can be undone. Couldn't take another broken heart. Everything's gonna be undone. Everything's gonna be undone. Everything's gonna be undone.
Thank you so, so much. And I know that South Carolina is home right now, but you lived in Seattle for so long, Ben, at least you. And does it feel like a homecoming of sorts when you play in Seattle?
Oh, man. No doubt about it. I mean, the guest list alone will definitely make you feel like you're back home. We're very lucky. I mean, we have a couple of those spots around the country. Like Tyler lives in Asheville, North Carolina. We go to Asheville. We got a lot of friends and family there. Ryan and I grew up in Columbia, outside of Columbia, South Carolina. So we go and play in Columbia, and it's insane. And Charleston as well, where I live now. And, of course, coming back to Seattle. I mean, I think Seattle actually trumps them all with guest list destruction. But it's like it's a great problem to have because we have so many great friends here that it's always a pleasure to get back.
And I'm engaged now, and now in her family, she has a lot of family in Seattle. So that's just going to add to the pile.
Oh, man. There it is. Family affair.
There goes that. Yeah, there won't be any tickets left for fans who aren't part of the family.
It's at least half and half. Yeah.
We're going to have to all become related and just somehow.
Let's just do that.
Well, Seattle is where Band of Horses started, and it was so sad to see you move away, but I was happy for you because I know you were spending so much time on the road, and you moved back to South Carolina because you wanted to be near family when you had your time off. And you've been there for a while, and now you've hooked up with some old friends, and it seems like things are going great for the band.
They are, yeah. We've somehow been at it. I guess I started the band in 2004, so we're in our decade existence here, and it's just amazing. It's amazing that we get to travel the globe and make people happy and sad and make them feel something, and pay the bills at the same time. So I feel like we're incredibly fortunate.
I've been incredibly fortunate to see the band many, many times. I've seen you in all sizes of venues, at Numos. I've seen you at the Bowery Ballroom, in great outdoor settings like Sasquatch and Pioneer Square out in Portland. And you have the audience in the palm of your hand. You bring it at every single show. And I was so excited to see this new album, Acoustic at the Ryman, come out. And it's a really new way for me to experience the band. And I'm loving hearing these songs acoustic today. How did you come up with the idea of doing an acoustic show and then releasing it?
Well, our plan was we recorded this whole month-long tour, and I mean, all but maybe those shows were acoustic at the Ryman. Well, we were just, because the venue itself, that room lends itself so well to acoustic performance, we thought it'd be a nice treat to mix it up a little bit and have, maybe like 45 minutes of acoustic material and then come out and do our usual rock set. As we were reviewing the recordings of the entire tour, we gravitated towards that. It just had this fragility to it or something, because it's not our usual mode of performing live, and it's a bit nerve-wracking, but I think that tension in there, as acoustic as it was, added some electricity to the evening, and there was just something that was really appealing to us that we thought, well, that's more exciting than doing something that's just kind of easy for us to do. I mean, not like a rock show is that easy, but right. I don't know. This just seemed more interesting, we like taking risks, obviously. So it was a no-brainer to release that.
Well, a rock show is probably not easy, but it's something you've done many, many times, so you're comfortable with it. And I imagine adding that scary element of doing something new keeps it fun and fresh.
Oh, yeah. And, we didn't have much time to prepare for those shows. So we were trying to figure out arrangements to those songs the minute before we hopped on the stage. And I think you can really tell there's laughter on the microphone. There's moments where there's voices cracking, or I'm throwing a clam on the guitar. But that's part of it, that human aspect that I think is really important.
Well, you clearly love playing together. And in fact, watching you do this intimate three band member performance today. It feels sort of actually like you're singing love songs to one another. You clearly enjoy playing together.
We do indeed. I'm so fortunate that that Ryan and Tyler came into my life. Ryan again, and meeting Tyler for the first time when we were recording "Cease to Begin." It was also one of those things where once I ran into Ryan. We reconnected. It was obvious that I think I asked you immediately to come on tour with us.
Pretty much.
And same with Tyler. I think we met and called you immediately and said, please come and join the band with us. And with Bill and Creighton as well, it's the same kind of just crossing of paths that was very obvious right from the get that these are the guys. And just couldn't be more happy to travel the world together. And we really are a tight family.
I want to ask you a little bit about songwriting because you are such a tight family. There's 5 of you now. And I remember talking to you in the early days of Band of Horses, and songwriting was a very solitary and isolated endeavor for you. In fact, I think I heard that Ode to LRC on Cease to Begin meant Little Red Cabin, where you went alone to write your songs. Is that true? Is that how you used to write? And is it different now? And also, not only do you have this band that you're so connected with, but you have a family now. It must not be as easy to get away.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, luckily, they're big enough where they go to school during the day, and I can complain quiet or loudly into a microphone or quietly if no one's listening. But I still do get out a little bit and try to lock myself into a new place that is, there's a bit of paranoia mixed in with the whatever noises are bumping around. I really enjoyed that kind of that isolation that really helps me dig in. But for the first time, actually, recently, we all went to a place together. We all went to a town called Bat Cave, North Carolina, if you can believe that's a town. And we all holed up for a week and brought our instruments and just laid it down, just played with each other for days without any sort of rehearsal stuff getting in the way. Or, I mean, usually when we get together, we're all so spread out that when we get together, it's like we don't even rehearse for tours. We'll get up and our rehearsal is in front of, a festival audience or something.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to have the opportunity to all get together and connect in such an intense thing when you're writing songs. So I don't know, we're connecting even more, I think, now as we grow old in this life together.
Yeah.
Well, as you said, you made it to the 10-year mark. That's a great sign. I hope there are many, many decades more music from Band of Horses. Speaking of collaboration, you collaborated with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis on the song Starting Over on what has now become the incredibly successful album, The Heist. Yeah. And I'm wondering what you thought when they gave you a call and asked you to help out on that.
Oh, man, that was awesome. I think we were in Los Angeles wrapping up our last full length. And I got an email from Megan Jasper at Sub Pop, who's like a really great friend and she's one of the most trusted voices I know in this music business. If she says jump, I ask how high and how many times would you like me to. I mean, she's so smart and has great intuition. So she mentioned that these guys were making, some waves up here, and she knew that they wanted some help with some vocalists on singing some hooks. So I immediately jumped at it. I emailed their manager, and I think within a week they came down to Los Angeles. I booked just a really small little studio. We went in there and met and knocked it out in a day. Had a great time connecting with them, and I mean, at that point, there's no telling what was going to happen. I mean, they're an independent artist. It just seemed also fun to try something new. I had no idea that it would end up being the smash success that it is.
Well, and I heard it was an amazing experience for them as well. And Ben said that after working with you all on that it really affected the way he finished the remainder of the album, and it came to be one of his favorite songs on the album. And I think many people who listen to the record think the same thing.
That's amazing. It still seems unreal. I mean, how often does that happen, that an independent artist can go and just shoot through the stratosphere right into, global just success. It couldn't happen to better people, and to an independent artist, I think it really shakes up the industry and makes people, take a harder look at what's important.
Well, it's been incredible and fun to watch, and as you said, it couldn't happen to better people, and it makes it even sweeter when that happens.
Absolutely.
Speaking of incredible people, I see you sporting that Sarah Cahoon shirt there.
Oh, yeah.
And your longtime friend and former bandmate, and I'm thinking you and Sarah ought to collaborate.
We're lucky enough that on this tour, she's going to be joining us for the second half of it. She and Jay are going to come out and open some shows, and I would be way into that, especially in this dynamic where we, can really get the nuance of things instead of all the loud banging and stuff. I think I would be very much up for that.
Okay, 1, 2.
You rested the cold, party come and go, and I'm about to set this song till we party's done. You know why? 'Cause dedicate yourself, you got it wrong, and so I brought you perplexing thoughts, words are at lost, and it's a good day to sit because the party's gonna come, it's come, you know why? Just dedicate yourself, don't you ever listen at all, parents aren't enforcing the law. Don't you ever listen at all. Parents aren't enforcing the law. Don't you ever listen at all. Parents aren't enforcing the law. We party.
Ready? Woo! 1, 2, 3.
There it is. Sorry, we're goofing around. I'm going to have to let it rip a little bit. Is the vocal level all right? I might have to just crank it a little bit here.
I'll just try and stay
There you go.
pretty close. Ready?
Sure.
It's looking like a limb torn off, or all together just taken apart. We're wheeling through an endless fall. We are the ever-living ghost of what once was, but no one is ever gonna love you more than I do. No one's gonna love you more than I do. And anything to make you smile, it is a better sign of you to admire. This should never take so long just to be over them, back to another wall. You know what is ever gonna love you more than I do? No one's gonna love you more than I do. But someone, they could have warned you. If things start splitting at the seams and now the whole thing's tumbling down. Things start splitting at the seams and now things start splitting at the seams and now it's tumbling down. Oh. Yeah, anything to make you smile. You are the ever-living ghost of once was. And I never want to hear you say that you'd be better off, for you like it that way. You know what is ever gonna love you more than I do? No one's gonna love you more than I do. But someone, they should have warned you. If things start splitting at the seams and now the whole thing's tumbling down. Things start splitting at the seams and now things start splitting at the seams and now it's tumbling down. Oh.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?